In previous video, we inserted points along polyline using measure commands. So here in this video, first we will split the procedure. Previously we did three tasks. First we inserted points using measure commands. Then we added these points to a selection set or a variable, that is card points. Then we extracted the data from the card points to the Excel sheet. Here first we will split these actions in a separate individual procedures. So first main procedure using measure command, we insert points. Then another procedure, create a selection set. Then next procedure, we extract this data to Excel sheet from the card points. So here we declared all variables inside the procedure, but now we are going to declare the variables outside so that it is accessible to all these three procedures. First we will rename this main procedure, because now by using measure command we are unable to select the vertex points of the polylines. So we will create another procedure later, find the each segments, and for each segments we will calculate the distance and measure the points and insert from vertex to vertex. We change the rename of procedure so that we can identify the procedure how we are inserting the points by measure command or by calculations. Okay, now we will modify this procedure by leaving main procedure, then move these card points outside, then move the Excel data extraction procedure also outside, then move all the variables outside the procedure so that it is accessible from all the procedures in this module, and declare it with a public. Instead of dim, we will use public so that it is available throughout the project. In previous video, we extracted the data from the Autocad object and then write in the Excel. Each object we go to Autocad, and from each object we extract the data and add it to Excel. It consumes a lot of time, so we will declare a variable to extract all data from the Autocad. Then insert the value to the Excel from the variable, so that macro will not switch every time to the Excel and Autocad for each object. So here we declare a new variable, object data. You declare it outside the procedure with empty string. It's an array, so that we can redimension it later. And after creating a selection set, you will redimension this array with a row and column. And after collecting all this data, we will extract this data to Excel from the variable. We used here dim command. So all the procedure in all the procedures we can access this variable when you are using dim command and declare it outside the procedure. And here in the selection set, we will redeem the object data with row size and column size. For row size, we can verify the row size only after adding the objects. So number of objects we added will be assigned to the row value, and the column size will be depend on the properties of the object type which are inserting. So we need an object variable for object type, and we will declare it with a public command as a string, because we used here public command because we are creating the object, we are accessing the object type using a user form, creating a user form. From the list we will choose what type of object we are inserting, type circle, points, or block, or anything. So we will use public command so that we can access the variable throughout the project regardless of modules and procedures. Okay, then the object type of object we inserting points and circles, text or block references. Each objects have different properties. For sure, first we will use handle. Then we will, if it is points, we will use XYZ coordinates. Then circles, we have properties XYZ coordinates and radius. If it is text, we have its values, and if it is block and the block have attributes, then we have to add more how many number of attributes which have we have to extract, and column size will vary according to the object type. Here we already declared all variables outside the procedure. Here object type as public as string, and object data empty array as a string using dim command. Then we have two more variables, data row and data column, so that we can redimension it later. Here in the main procedure we will insert the points using measure command. Then here we add a code that we will call the create a selection set that which we separated from the previous code. So then after creating selection set we will add to Excel. So here we will create a selection set. We will create selection set and add objects to the card point. After inserting and after creating the selection set, we will assign values to the object data. So from here we will create object data. So first we will assign value to the data row, that is number of objects we added. Then data column. Now we consider we are inserting only points. So we have from 0 to 3 including handle, handle, X, Y, Z, that is four items, so it is 0 to 3. Then we will redeem the data object data to data row and data column as string. Okay. Now here we will add the object properties to the object data. So we will loop through all the objects. That's I is equals 0 to I is equal to 0 to data row. So we are using here each object's properties to the data. So object data I column 0 is equals handle card point 0 dot handle. Same we will assign all properties. Here we can use the same code. Copy paste. We will replace this one with writing to the Excel, we need a header. So we will declare a header variable. It is better we declare outside. Dim header, data header, data header, empty string. Then here we redeem data header with data column as string. Okay. Here for the header we are declaring variable because we will modify these headers according to the object types we are inserting. So we cannot assign the value directly. We will assign the value depending on the variable object type we are selecting. That's why I am assigning to a variable. So here we will modify this text and assign the value. Now we will replace it later with the form value we are from the form. We have data header. Now we will add this values to the Excel sheet. Instead of writing all the rows, we will count the column header. For C is equals 0 to 3. Sheet 1 dot cells. First row is what? No, we will use the row value. So first one is row, 1. Then column is C plus 1 dot value is equals data header C. That is 0. Next to C. After adding column heads, we will add data in the objects. So here no need to call the U1 to 0 to U1 cut points. We will use 0 to data row. Okay. 0 to data row. Here we are using I is equal to 0, so we have to add 2 as before. First we will loop through the row, then for C is equals 0 to data column. We can use C again because we already posed C with next to C, so we can reuse it for C is equal to data column. Here we will use the same method instead of assigning value for every object, every column. We will use sheet 1 dot cells row. Here instead of R we will use row because sorry, here also we are using row. Okay, row. Then C plus 1 is column, that is data header. Not data header, here it is object data. C. Then next to C and next I. Okay, before adding these data to Excel, we have to clear every whatever the data previously we added to the Excel. So we will call here we clear everything what are the data we entered previously. Okay, now we are going to make a trial run, save the file, and erase the objects. Here there is some mistake, c plus 1 for c is equal to 0 to sorry, here we have to define, because we are just two-dimensional data. Yes, we redimension the object data with row and column. We have to add here columns, row also. So, row, sorry, I, because it is 0, row is 0, then column, that is C. Okay, now let us run. Okay, it's now working. Here, points are added, but we are having only handle. There is some mistake. It is giving handle. It is not saying. I am not changing the handle. Oh, yeah, sorry. Here we have a mistake. We assign card point 0. It's not card point 0. We have to set I. So it's loop through 0 to data row. Otherwise, it always get a first card point handle. Okay, let us try once again. So, okay, same 61 points added. Yes, now it is handles are different, XY coordinates and everything is different. Now here we will insert a user form. From insert menu, insert a user form. Okay, here user form you can see the boxes, pick boxes here. So you can resize the user form using this pick box. And here there is another toolbox is here, which you can drag these controls to the user form. User form, we have properties shown here. Here user form, its color, back color, caption and everything. We will change the name of the user form as form main. This is the main form we will use. So we will access the user form using this name. Then we will change the display caption user form 1 as insert objects along polyline. Okay, here the caption changed, and here are the controls. We can drag it from here. So here you can see the tooltips, which is this only to pick the object. Then it is label, which have only a display of the text, so that we can add a caption above the text box or something like that. So we just drag the label here. So its default name is label 1. Label 1 is the name and caption. Okay, this one only, the purpose of the label is only to display a text. And here you can see other text box. We will drag the text box here. So we can resize also the text box here. This is the text box we will use on array spacing. We will insert objects only card points. So here we need only array spacing. So we will enter the array spacing here, and it will access this macro will access the value. Then insert the objects along the polyline. So let us change the properties here. Label, we will change array spacing. Sorry, not name, caption. As long as we are not accessing this label, no need to change the name, just we change the caption. Okay, array spacing. Then here we will change the name. So we will just assign txt in front of this name so that we can identify what kind of object is it when we are writing the code. Text spacing, array spacing. Okay. So text box with the array spacing is there. Name array, text array spacing is there. Then we will add another option. Sorry, another tool, combo box. Combo box is same like a list box, as you are familiar with it. Just we will pick the type of object here. So we will add the type, what kind of objects we are inserting. We make a list in this combo box, and we will select the type of object from this combo box. Above this combo box, we will add another label, object type. Change its caption to object type. Okay. You can resize and drag it close. Okay. Object type is here in this combo box. So we will rename the combo box CMB1 for combo box. Object type. Okay. Now here, this is this text box. We can change the height here. H height. Right. We can add some 18. Okay. Then we will add another tool, command button. It's same command button we are using to click. So we will rename it CMD, and it is OK button. Change the caption to OK. Then we need same another command button for cancel. Just to control and click, drag. You can click and control, drag. It will copy the button. Then change the name. Cancel. Command cancel. Then its caption cancel. Cancel. So this user form is ready. Okay, we will add one more button, checkbox, so that if we will extract the Excel, or no need if we don't want to extract the data to Excel, just use this checkbox. So check, rename it check, extract, check to Excel. Okay, its caption, extract to Excel, extract data to Excel. Okay, now our main form is ready. Here we have to insert the object types in the toolbar, this combo box. Okay, now just we will, if you run right from this form, just it will display the form. You can see, you can select this one, you can write the value here, you can, but there is no action on the any of this controls. This macro will not do any actions because we didn't assign any code, any action to the these controls. So just we close it here. Now we have to initialize, before running we have to initialize what are the items, how it should be, what is the value for this checkbox. This checkbox have two values, 0, 1. So this is check or uncheck, that's all. This text you can use as text box, any value you can enter into the text box. Same like here, it's also string value in the combo box. Okay, we will right click and view code. See user form. So by default it's written a procedure with a private sub user form click. So this the event driven procedure click event. When you click on the user form, whatever the activities we write here, it will execute the code. So we need initialization. So you can right click here. You can see what are the events we can use by default. What are the events already defined here in this VBA. So we will select initialize. So initialization. Check to Excel dot. This is the checkbox. We are using assigning value to the checkbox by, when starting this form. Value is equals 1. Okay. Then we will add object types into the combo box. So CMB object type dot add item. Here is how this is how we are adding object to the combo box. So we will add first points, then CMB object. So we can use here with statement with CMB object type. Then no need to repeat it. Dot add item. Yes. Dot add item. Circles. Dot add item. Text. Dot add item. Block reference. As it is a string, you have to put it in a quotation mark. Blocks. Okay, that's it. Okay, we have to close the with statement. End it. Let us run this form. You see, you can see the values here 1. Then there is list, but we have to display the 0 index. This 0, 1, 2, 3. So we will access the value by its index number, and we'll enter this value here. So we will change this. We have to show the 0 value in this combo box. So here we will choose the list index 0 to display in the combo box. Okay. Here still we didn't assign any action to this command button. Still it will not work. So here save within this with dot list index is equals 0. So now we run Here you can see the first value is points. Okay. Now here when we click OK, we have a lot of things to do. We have to assign the array spacing. So here in this module, array spacing we declare as public, and we assign here as array spacing is equal to 10. So now no need to assign value here. We will assign value from this form. And click OK, array spacing is equals text array spacing dot value. Okay. So here message box, we will just display the message box so that we can check we are going in the right direction. This is the action. This is what happens. It will display the array spacing when we click the OK button. Okay. Then OK. Spacing this displaying the array spacing. Okay. Still cancel. Nothing happens. So we close. And while cancel, we will double click. So command cancel click event, we will unload the form. So me is we can use the me function to unload any which we are from which form you are working. You can unload the form. So unload me. It's okay. So here when clicking the OK command, we have to assign the object type. So what is the variable we declared for the object type? Here object type. This object type will assign the value here by clicking the OK button. Just invalidate this message box. So object type is equal cmd object type dot value. Okay. Now we can run the code. But there is another one we added, the extract data to Excel. So if we don't want to extract the data to Excel, we can skip the adding this procedure, adding Excel to add to Excel. Okay. If so, where we will write. Okay, here we can write here. If check return the name to Excel dot check to Excel. Okay, we are using another now. We are accessing the value from the form. So here in the form it is all it is as private. So we have to mention this form name here in this to access this check to Excel. Okay, here form name dot check to Excel dot value is equals to 1. Then run this code. Here we will close the if statement. Okay. Okay, in the OK click button. We array spacing, we assign value to array spacing and object types added. Now we will we have only two items here, array spacing and text sorry, object type, and we need one more value that add to Excel as boolean. We will declare as boolean add to Excel as okay. Here and here we'll assign value is equals check Excel dot value. So now it's okay. Then we have to unload the form. So now after assigning all this value, form will unload. Then it will run this macro. But we will first we have to call the user form. So we will create another procedure sub main, and here we will show the user form main dot show. Okay, here it will show the user form and we will add the values here. Then click OK. Then we will close the user form and return to this main. Here we will choose which macro we have to run, because if we are inserting points, we will run this macro. Okay, here if type is equal, object type is equals points, then we'll run this macro. Okay, call and so it will call this procedure. Then here we will sorry, we cannot use this code because we already hide this user form. So we will assign this add to Excel. Replace this value with add to Excel. If add to Excel dot value is equal to 1, then add to Excel. Okay, now then if object type, what happened here, object type, okay, object type, so spelling mistake, object type is equal to circle, then we will create another procedures that sub insert circles along polyline. Okay, so here we just display a message. So if the object type is equal to circles, then we will run this macro. No need to write the code every time because it's already understood. by the VBA that you are calling the procedure with the name insert circles along polyline. So if object now for the circle we have a procedure. So if you run it like this, we'll get an error message. So we create for every object type. So circles we already created. Next, text. Next to block. Okay. Now let us check the macro. Okay, we'll run the main macro. Excel data text list. Okay. This error is due to this variable add to Excel value is equal to 1. We declared the variable as a boolean, so true or false. We will change to so no need to write the value equals true. Then we will okay. But here one thing we have to, if this object type is equal to points, then we have to change the data column size as 3 we said before. So we will data column is equal to 3. So here we already dimension this data column is equal to 3, so it's no need. So we will assign the data column size when the object type changes. So if the data column, if the circle is the object, then we will assign change the data column size, and for the text we will assign the another value. Now we can try. Okay, now there is data added here, so we will clear the data and we will try it for without checkbox. Right. So 50 extract, will remove the extract. Okay, total 16 points added, but no values added in the Excel sheet. Okay, that's all for today. Then next time we will change this. We insert new forms for circles and text, block objects, and create code for inserting object types. Okay, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my videos, and put your comments on the comment box. Thank you.